In this orthokeratology case, we have a patient who's undercorrected and then also complaining of lens discomfort affecting the left eye more than the right eye. Behind the slit lamp, the lens is observed as dropping low, but on the topographies, we can see the lens maybe rise a little bit high in the left eye, and both lenses are decentered temporally a little bit. There's also very little edge lift that's observable when the lenses are on the eye. So in a case like this, I think what I would plan or recommend doing is increasing the overall diameter of the lens. I think we're at a 10.8 right now, and on this cornea, I think we can pretty easily go up to an 11.2, and then increase the sagittal depth of the lens. There's also some, I think, central corneal insult that's being seen after a patient wears lenses. I think there's just too much central bearing and the pore seal out in the periphery as the lens kind of teeters on the apex of the cornea is also contributing to the undercorrection. So let me bring up one of the lenses that the patient's using. So here's the lens that the patient's using for the left eye. And so the first thing we'll do is increase the OAD in 11.2. The OZ, the red and blue dots were originally at 6 and 6.0, so we need to move those back down since they'll shift when we change the diameter. And then we'll make some changes to the sagittal depth of the lens. So the first thing we'll do is right click and measure where we're starting from. We're at 717 microns at the blue dot and 1816 at the pink. So I'm just going to write those down real quick. So I think for this case, I would aim for between 15 and 20 microns of change. So if we pick 17 as a midpoint, then from 717, we want to end up at about 734. So I'm going to click the multiplier to speed this up a little bit. $733, almost there. Okay, so now this lens at the blue point is about 17 microns taller. But at the pink, we're at 1842. We started at 1816, so we've actually gained about, 26 microns there. And since the edge lift was already pretty low, now we're going to have even less. So I'm going to lift out here so that we get also a net change of 17. So our target's going to be 1833. And looks like we're going to straddle the side of that, so I'll go with an 1832. So on this new lens, we have an alignment zone that's fairly parallel to the previous lens. It's just a little bit taller. It's close. It's going to hit the cornea a little bit sooner. It looks like there's a ton of central clearance, but I think if you put the lens on the eye and check the fluorescein, you're not going to see this much clearance. May get a little bit of wisping underneath the base curve, but that's okay. We don't want there to be too much compression on the center of the cornea either. Very, very tall reverse curve is kind of a flattish cornea, higher refractive error. So bubbles may be a problem. I think you noticed that, and I'll leave a little note in the email with some tips to help with the bubbles. So hopefully this is helpful. Best of luck with your patient.